震えるさ決めるのは我だ。震えるさ決めるのは我だ。
Seven Deadly Sins is a show that I always really liked, and for those of you who don't know, Seven Deadly Sins is a show about 7 people representing the 7 deadly sins, and they are basically fighting stuff. I don't have any spoilers in this video, that's why you have to live with this explanation. When I first came across this show on Netflix, only 1 season got released on Netflix at that day, and I really enjoyed it so much that I had to watch it 2 or 3 times in a row. After I did that, I really jumped right ahead to the manga because I had absolutely nothing else in my mind than 7 Deadly Sins. This show got me so hyped that I really liked everything in it and everything about it. And I couldn't even stop reading the manga until the end of the best fight in the manga and now the worst fight in the anime. I mean, for everyone who knows what I'm talking about, knows what I'm talking about. Right after this fight, I kind of lost interest in the show, and this is all where the whole up and down with the show began. When I learned that the 2nd season is coming to Netflix, I jumped right ahead to the manga and finished the complete manga until the end of the manga at that time. So I watched the 2nd season when it came to Netflix and I really enjoyed it a lot, but in the same time I was kind of disappointed because after reading the great manga, I was so hyped for this show that I had very unrealistic expectations for it, and that's why I got a little bit disappointed with the 2nd season. I completely missed the full announcement for season 3, and actually when I learned about season 3, the 3rd season was already released, and I just learned about it when I was at a friend's house and he was watching it on Netflix. So I went right home, finished the rest of the manga and watched the 3rd season, and goddamn was I disappointed. I mean, most of you already heard about the disaster in season 3 with the bad animations and the fact that they basically made the best fight in the manga to the worst fight in the anime. In general, I would say that this show is actually really good, but in the same time there are some big problems with the show. For example, the story of the show in itself is a big problem, because there are some parts of the story which are completely underdeveloped, and the characters in the show are most of the time just feel completely shallow. I mean, yes, of course, you have background stories to almost every character appearing in the whole show, but no character or the relationship between the characters actually really changes over time, so the character development is kind of weak in the show. Another thing in the show is actually that no one dies for real. I mean, obviously I don't mean it literally, but this gives you the idea of what the problem in the show is, because almost every action in the show can be undone, and knowing that makes a lot of decisions not final, which makes a lot of things happening in the show kind of meaningless or pointless. If the story of the show is kind of weak and the character development is almost non-existing and almost any decision can be undone and nothing is final, then where's the point in watching the show? And here's the thing, you should watch it because it's freaking entertaining. I mean, come on, you have a character who can literally create a sun out of nothing and at the same time looks like the Pringles guy. Also, you have a talking pig which mother is carrying a freaking house around. Come on, this is awesome! The complete power level of the whole show is completely nuts, which actually brings me to my next point, and this is the power level. At some point in the show they're introducing the power level. For those of you who don't know, this is basically the scouter idea from the Frieza arc in Dragon Ball Z.
Vegeta, what does the scouter say about his power level? It's over 9,000!
Why this whole idea is kind of meaningless and why I don't like it at all is, to me, obvious. Because you have a number which basically represents the power of a person, and then you basically have a number for every person showing how strong they are. But here's the thing, in 7 Deadly Sins everyone has this, oh, I was actually only fighting with half of my strength. Or this, oh my god, I completely forgot that I actually have a weapon to fight. So that makes this number changing all the time, and in the end you still have to see 2 people fighting against each other in order to know who is the strongest. Anyway, moving on. If the best thing about the whole show are the fights, then what happens if you have bad animations for the fights? And this obviously brings us to season 3. This third season of Seven Deadly Sins is basically the answer to the question, if you have a show where the fights are the best part, what happens if you have bad animations? I mean, come on, don't get me wrong, not only the animations were bad in the fight scenes from season 3, also the choreography for the fight scenes in the third season were completely messed up. Most people already know, but some people might not know that the first and the second season were produced by A1 Pictures and the third season was actually produced by a complete different studio. This studio had their chance to basically show how good they could do this fight and they completely messed up, which dropped my excitement for the announcement of the upcoming season 4 by a lot. Season 4 is announced for January... Wait, January? Fuck. The fourth season of Seven Deadly Sins is announced for January 2021 and I can't wait to see it. The number of episodes still has to be confirmed, but I actually expect there to be 24 episodes like in the other seasons. I will definitely watch season 4, but after this up and down with the show and the complete mess called season 3, I'm not as excited as I should be for the announcement. I mean, come on, I love the manga. I really enjoyed season 1 and season 2. I did not like season 3, but in the end it was super entertaining to watch and I enjoyed my time with it. The animations from the trailer of season 4 actually look kind of promising because they do not look as bad as the animations from the third season, which gives you a little bit hope for the new production. Just from knowing already what is going to happen in the next season because I read the manga, I know that they could theoretically end the show with the next 24 episodes and honestly I really hope they will do it. Instead of trying to stretch out the story over the next 2 seasons, they should just focus on what is important and deliver a really great last season for Seven Deadly Sins, because this is definitely what we would need. So I'm going to watch it anyway, and I guess I will really like it no matter what they do, but I really hope that they're going to deliver a really great last season for Seven Deadly Sins. I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did so, leave a like and a subscribe and see you guys next time.